Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Oshkosh North High School, the site of today's season opener, and season opener for both the Kingdom Prep Lutheran Ball Club and DC Everest here tonight. And season opener for the Evergreens means also we get the first time ever premiere of new varsity head coach Oliver Drake. We will hear from Oliver during our halftime show. We'll show you our Coach on the Couch preseason special with Coach Oliver Drake. We'll show you that at halftime. Those savvy viewers of Zaleski Sports, though, already saw Coach Drake's preseason Coach on the Couch interview with me on YouTube and on Facebook and on everything else. So you're already prepped to go as far as that is concerned, but it is first things first, national anthem time here at Oshkosh West. We'll put the headset out for that. I will say that was a very joyous and spirited national anthem. There had to be like 50 people in the recording booth, right? Yeah, it was speedy, and that's all right too. It was like they were doing a round, like a chorus round, right? That's I don't know much about that kind of stuff, but what I remember from second grade music class anyway. All right, let's see here. Starters are being announced here in front of us, and I've got some work to do on my scorebook, but first, we'll take you through today's starters. First for the DC Everest Evergreens, and the starting lineup for Coach Oliver Drake goes just like this for DC Everest. Number 2, Connor McFarland. Number 3, Colin Ebersold. Number 13, Marcus Hall. We'll talk about the Mr. Basketball candidate often during today's broadcast in Marcus Hall. Cohen Preby wears number 21, and 23 is Casey Studeman. For the Wolfpack of Kingdom Prep, number 11, Kyril Griffin. Number 13, Cameron Woods. Number 23, Dino Cook Jr. Number 3, Sabian Wilder. Number 10, Deontay Thomas. Those are your starters for the Wolfpack here today. And I would tell you Kingdom Prep's coach, but our roster doesn't say such things, so we'll have to look that up later. Yeah, it's a mistake I make sometimes, thinking that the information is going to say everything once we get to the place we're going. It did not today. But we are underway here in Oshkosh North. This is a non-tournament invitational here. Oshkosh North, Eau Claire Memorial, DC Everest, and Kingdom Prep. And we see Everest with the ball here. They possess first here in this contest. A drive, and off the backboarding, good. And shot for Cohen Preby. So Preby lights the lamp here, and we're off and running. The Wolfpack now in their offensive set for the first time tonight. Ball loose in the lane, picked up. Back comes Hall now with it, and the Evergreens. Hall makes a move on the perimeter, drives inside, loses his way in, and up and fouled. And Marcus Hall's got a pair of free throws upcoming. It's a foul on number 13, Cameron Woods. As I said, that'll send Hall to the line for a pair. And the first is up and good. Hall makes both. Everest out to an early 4-0 lead, not yet a minute off the clock. The Wolfpack having a little bit of trouble getting the play underway. Now it is. So this is Griffin. Griffin now, the ball back up on the wing, rotated, and back to Griffin. Griffin will shoot from there long, and loose change picked up by Preby. Preby bounces to Hall. Hall downstairs and up and good. Basket for Casey Studeman, and 6-0 Everest. A minute and a half off the first half clock. Just getting fresh off a football season. As again, season openers for both. Drive by Wilder is going to be stymied with a walk. And a move to the bench, that's going to bring in Carrington Wright. So Wright at 22, and now 0 Tayshawn Buchanan will come in. Thomas and Wilder out for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack still searching for its first points here tonight. Everest, a trio of starters in the scoring column. The ball brought back and down low, and the basket is good for Studeman, his second basket. And 8-0 Everest here early. Ball bounced into Cook. Cook works on Hall, now kicks it back up top. Griffin. Cook. Cook will pull up just inside the three-point line and hit. So Dino Cook and the Wolfpack are on the board here tonight. Hall with a drive, the lay-in is short. So Hall, a nice move to the basket, but left it short. Buchanan. And again, this is Cook. Cook has Ebersold, keeping an eye on him. Wolfpack reset. Shot here from Buchanan off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound brought down by Ebersold. Curling at the top was McFarland. Got that one. Looked like may have been partially deflected. They point the way of the Wolfpack. As we see Kyril Griffin going to have a seat. Move here and a shot, and the shot's up and good for Cook. So Cook with both baskets for the Wolfpack. 4 minutes in, Everest 8, Kingdom Prep 4. Here's Hall. Hall stutter step, now baseline drive, and had that one dislodged on his way through. Hall wanted a call, there was none. Now stop and shoot for Cook is too strong. Ebersold will bring it up. Now in the lane is McFarland. He's going to be fouled. A reach on the way through for McFarland. So Woods with the foul. Outside it comes. Three-pointer on the way from Preby, no good. Everest a bit cold from the field here to start. Long shot from Buchanan, and the three is good. So Buchanan launches the cannon. And a one-point game here at Oshkosh North. Again, early here in the first. Three-pointer on the other side, no answer for Ebersold. Taking a look in is Wright. Here's Buchanan, just made the three on the last trip down. stopping in the lane. Everest bench wanted travel as Cook was stopped in the lane. Instead, a three put up by Buchanan. That's going to come up short. Ball fought for, and we've got our first jump ball of the evening. Inbound play took about 4 seconds to come in. That's 1 second under the allowed time. Buchanan calls for it, gets the handoff up top. Wolfpack back to a set play. Coach Drake wanted an illegal screen, no whistle there. Ball fought for, and a couple of looks for the Wolfpack that time. Evergreen's going to come away with it. Quickly down the floor comes Everest. Here's a three from Preby. That one rims in and out. Rebound ripped down by Julian Isaac Carter. He wears number 12 on the low blocks now on the top of your screen. Double team. Wolfpack able to fight out of it. Here's a long three that's good. And Kingdom Prep takes their first lead of the game. Down early. But Carrington Wright with the three puts his Wolfpack up top. Hall on the drive. He's fouled, and two more free throws coming up for Marcus Hall, where he's scored his only 2 points from the game from the free throw line. Hall now 3 for 3 from the stripe. Now 4 for 4. So again, Mr. Basketball candidate Marcus Hall, 5th in scoring in the state last year. And by my curious eyes, all 4 ahead of him have now graduated high school. So you can look at it as top returning scorer in the state, Marcus Hall. And I believe one of 3 Mr. Basketball candidates in the state. Some may argue for others. That's fine. As travel is the call. Traveling violation, Cameron Woods. Woods trying to force his way through the action, and travel is the call. And we've got a timeout on the floor. We will take that timeout. We're tied at 10 here in this season opener for the Evergreens on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations. At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local... All
right, back here to Oshkosh West. Again, as I said, a non-tournament invitational here to start the season for these two teams. Here's Hall, left open for 3, fire just off the back of the rim long, and rebound brought down by Woods. Back come the Wolfpack, again tied at 10. Everest held an 8-2 lead early. An 8-2 run for the Wolfpack. A couple of three-pointers, one by Buchanan and one by Wright. So 6 of those 8. Tied at 10. 10:48 left to play here in the first half. Baseline drive is going to be swatted out of bounds. So that was sent out by Cade Felch. Felch wearing 11 in the game out of that timeout. Owen Soul, 23 in green. So I note some of the lineup changes for Coach Drake coming out of the timeout. Dump down inside. Hall's there, hand up, and the shot is going to be long. Rebound Evergreens. Shot taken by Wright. Here's Hall on the baseline looking for an option. Green's able to control it. Hall on the wing, goes to work. Baseline is open off the backboard and good. So first field goal tonight for Marcus Hall. He's got 6. Corey asks, where's Kingdom Prep? They are an all-boys school out of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. You don't see a lot of all-boys school this far north. By the way, Jason Zaleski here, Dan Ross to my left. Dan and I were talking about this on the way up. The more south you go, the more you get into some of the occasions of all-boys schools and things of that nature. It's the only high school I know of in the state with athletic programs that's an all-boys school. Maybe, I could be wrong. Maybe there's others, but yeah, all-boys school, Kingdom Prep out of Wauwatosa. Drive by Wilder cut off, dish, and now a shot from Woods is good. So Hall and Woods trade baskets. We're tied at 12. Spin and fire, shot long off the hand of Owen Soule. Wilder asks for a screen, doesn't get it. Handoff made to Woods. Wolfpack worked the ball around the perimeter. Skip pass and a shot fake by Wright, and not able to convert. Rebound brought down by Preby. Hall dishes it right back to Felch. 3 is off the mark and not able to be saved by Studeman. Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. From loans and leases to crop insurance and tax records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. Dump into Woods. Woods kick out. 3 on the way is in. That rattled around off the backboard and in as a three-pointer for Wilder is good. So with that 3, Wolfpack 3-point lead, 8.5 left in the first. And pass by Soule was off the shins of Felch and out of bounds. So Cairo Griffin back in the game. You can see the vividly purple shoes on the dogs of Griffin. Griffin stands just inside the three-point line at the elbow now. Griffin with the ball up top. Wilder had asked for it. He just made a 3 the last trip down. And we'll get it now. There goes Griffin to work. Griffin in the lane. May have got that one partially blocked on his way in. Called for it a few times in Wilder. That one, though, won't fall. Hall brings it down for the Greens. Now a kick out. 3 for Ebersold is just off the front of the rim, no good. He thought that was in. He was holding the pose. He thought that was down. In the corner with it right. Now back up to Griffin. Skip pass. Corner 3 for Woods. Too strong. A rebound for Ebersold. Greens trail by 3. Just over 7 minutes left in the first. Hall takes a look inside. Now the lane clears. Didn't like it. Now he gets it. He'll launch a 3 from there off the front of the rim. No good. And Everest from the floor has been cold. Wilder passes on the shot. Get it right back. Wilder checks with coach. Now we'll run the play. Griffin off of a double screen down low. Now dumps it in, and offensive foul is going to be called on Cook. So Cook backed in Hall, and a little too much hip, says our baseline official, and a foul on Cook. 4th team foul on the Wolfpack, first on Cook. Evergreen's a 0 on the foul sheet on their side. Trail by 3. Pass in and out of the hands of Soule. And foul on the floor on the drive by Sol. So it'd be team foul number 5 now on the Wolfpack. Foul called on Cairo Griffin, his first. Again, team foul number 5, so an inbound for McFarland in the greens. McFarland, pass is to the corner. That was Preby. Preby worked off a screen from Hall. Evergreen's not able to convert. There's Griffin, lines up a 3, launches and hits. Fourth three-pointer of the half for the Wolfpack. They lead by 6. McFarland stops. Now on the drive, it's going to be team foul number 6 on Kingdom Prep. Foul on Deontay Thomas. So that's his first, but again, team foul number 6. Another defensive foul, Kingdom Prep, and then I'll send the Greens to the free throw line. 3 is good from Preby. Second field goal of the evening for Cohen Preby. He's got 5. Back to a 3-point game. Again, Green started out 8-2 lead. Kingdom Prep shooting better. They're not shooting great, but they're shooting better than a very cold shooting DC Everest group here in the first half. Just over 5 minutes left in the first. Drive is no good. A good looking drive from Woods, just not able to finish at the rim. Thought he was going to go and finish with the left hand, switch to the right hand. Too strong. Floater hit for McFarland. So Connor McFarland, his first basket. Thomas off to Cook. Cook will launch from there. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound ripped down by Casey Studeman. Here's Hall with it. Preby, Ebersold. Now McFarland. McFarland in the lane. Handoff, spin, and a shot from Preby. He's going to shoot a pair. Team foul number 7 anyway, but Preby in the shooting motion is going to shoot 2. Nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms. With roots in Amherst and now based in Hancock, this 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm produces many varieties of chipping potatoes and is currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. The first from Preby is good. Pair of subs for the Wolfpack. Tied at 18. Preby here looking to break that tie and does. Greens are 6 of 6 from the free throw line. And will be shooting the rest of the way. Just over 4 minutes left, and they are in the bonus. 7 fouls committed by Kingdom Prep, none for the Evergreens. Skip pass to Griffin. Watching over him is Studeman. Now Thomas. Kick back out to Griffin. Two-man game there for the moment. Griffin directs traffic up top. Now the bounce into Cook. Back out to Griffin. 3 is good. Cairo Griffin, his second three-pointer of the half. And on that possession, Griffin didn't move more than 5 feet. He had maybe a 4-foot diameter circle he stayed in that entire possession, didn't move out of it. Green's not able to capitalize defensively. Marcus Hall make another trip to the free throw line. 1 and 1. Second foul charge to Griffin. Hall free throw is good. Crystal Finishing Systems is a family-owned business now hiring for both their Weston and Mosney locations. with openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com as Hall finishes another trip to the free throw line perfectly. He's now 6 for 6 from the line here in the first half. We're tied at 21. Thomas launches a 3 out of the corner. No good. Rebound McFarland. Greens look to push. Here it is, Hall. Hall all the way to the rack. Scoop is no good. Offensive rebound. Floater in the lane comes up short. Hall with the rebound. Put back. No. Hall another offensive rebound. Another foul. That after the floater from Ebersold was no good. Greens had 3 chances from within 6 feet. But it's going to end with a foul charged to number 23, Dino Cook. So his second. 1-and-1 again for Hall. The first is rolled in and good. Smooth stroke for Marcus Hall from the free throw line. 7 for 7, now 8 for 8. He's got 10 in double figures already. He's last year's 5th leading scorer in the state. And Griffin on the double team. They're going to charge a foul to Casey Studeman. So the first foul tonight, charged to an Evergreen player, comes to Studeman as Griffin got through the double team. Buchanan. Ball bounced out to Wright. Wright will launch from the boundary. No good. A rebound brought down by Preby. Greens lead by 2 on some good free throw shooting. All else offensively has been suspect. Now that'll be an offensive foul on McFarland. It was easy to see. 2:27 left in the first. Again, Greens from the free throw line have regained the lead. They lead by 2. Let's see, somebody rang the hotline earlier. I see who it is now. River Falls royalty Jeff Johnson rings the hotline here. Rebound after the Buchanan miss, brought down by McFarland. Here's Ebersold. Ebersold is bumped on his way in. That was Thomas. Thomas will get charged with a foul. Shooting foul, so a couple of free throws coming up for Colin Ebersold, who has yet to see the scorebook. That was the 3rd foul on number 10, Deontay Thomas. So 3 fouls in the first half. Thomas, for the time being, is still on the floor. And as I say that, coming off the bench is Wilder. So Wilder will come in and get Thomas and his 3 fouls out for the time being. Check out Stewart Optical at Union Station for all your eye care and eyewear needs. Open 5 days a week with amazing monthly specials and instant savings on contact lenses. Most insurance is accepted. Schedule your exam now at Stewart Optical. Ebersold hits on the back end of his free throw attempts. It's a ill-advised pass. Now here's McFarland down low and too strong Studeman. The shooting woes from the field continue here for the Evergreens. Quickly now, 3 on the other side from Buchanan is no good. Hall says, let's slow it down here a little bit. He's that left hand and said, oh, just whoa up here, horses. Kick out. McFarland, 3, no good. Ball tapped away by Buchanan. Here comes Buchanan against Hall, and Marcus Hall is going to pick up the foul. One of Dan's special foul calls comes from the other side of the half-court line. It's a story we will not tell today. It was a foul. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. This one was a foul. There was some disagreement on the other one. Here's Buchanan now from the line. As they say, he was in the act of shooting, and Tayshawn Buchanan hits the first. He's got 4, a triple and a free throw. 2-point affair with just under a minute and a half left here in the first half. A couple of nice looking free throws there from Tayshawn Buchanan. Hall on the crossover, loses the handle. Ebersold there to pick it up, gets it right back to Hall. Hall now inside the lane and lost that one as he came through. Might have went off the shoulder of Cook. Hall lost it, though. 3 on the way from Griffin, no good. Long rebound, though, brought down by Cook, and Cook is going to be fouled. That may be Hall's second. If they call it on Hall, it is his second, and indeed. So Hall with his second. We begin to ready our halftime show. Halftime show is going to be Coach Drake Oliver. There we go. That coming up in less than a minute of basketball time. Nice fadeaway J there from Dino Cook Jr., his third field goal. He's got 6. Kingdom Prep with the 1-point lead until the floater is good from Preby. So no shot clock in the state of Wisconsin, much to my chagrin, much to my major disappointment. So Wolfpack can hold and can waste this first half clock, and it looks like they're en route or on schedule to do just that. 15 seconds left. Shot fake. Now into lane. The leaner is good from Carrington Wright. So Wolfpack, 1-point lead. Baseline drive. Floater is good. So right back comes Preby in the greens, and they will carry the E. They will carry the lead to halftime as your halftime score. DC Everest 28, Kingdom Prep 27. As I mentioned, we will go now to our halftime show, which for today is our Coach on the Couch with first-year DC Everest Evergreens coach Oliver Drake. That right now, and back for the second half after this on Zaleski Sports. Today's Coach on the Couch is sponsored by Fleet Farm. Get the lowest Black Friday pricing at Fleet Farm. Find deals on fleetfarm.com starting at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, visiting today with DC Everest Evergreens boys basketball coach Oliver Drake. Coach, this is normally the time in the interview I ask how many years you've been the coach with the Evergreens and what keeps you coming back, but this is a little bit different. First-year coach, so congratulations. Welcome to the Evergreens family. So tell us a little bit about your coaching background and then why DC Everest basketball.
Yeah, well, thanks for the welcome, and we're excited to partner with you. I've enjoyed watching your work from afar with the football program and some of our other sports. You guys do outstanding work, first and foremost, and we're excited to partner with you with our basketball season. But I was born in Wisconsin, born at Marshfield, Wisconsin, raised all my life in Neillsville, Wisconsin. My wife is from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, so a big why on why we're back in the state is family, and so we're excited to be back in the state of Wisconsin, closer to family. Number two is I've spent the last 19 years in collegiate basketball. I was a head coach the last 12 years at 2 different institutions in the Midwest, and there just comes a point in your time where we're raising kids, and we wanted to find the right fit to set down some deep roots. So when the DC Everest job opened, we were looking to make a move back to Wisconsin, and it just seemed like a really good place to combine both personal, family, and work. And so that's why Everest. It's been a great transition. We're really, really excited to be here and excited to get things rolling from a basketball standpoint.
Evergreens fans already know this about me. They hate it about me. I'm a 1993 graduate of Marshfield Senior High School. I always say Roll Tigers, but we're happy to have everybody in the mix now, and I think everybody's like you have enjoyed being part of what we do around here. So looking at last year's team, a good basketball team. It looks like you've been left in pretty good shape, handed the keys to a pretty nice car, as a matter of fact. Looking through last year's film and stats and stuff like that, what did you know about last year's boys basketball team?
Well, the cool thing now, versus when you and I were playing, is videos available. So, not only can you look at stats, but most importantly, you can see, what your eye test tells you in that video and getting in, really digging into their film from last year. And you're right, we've been left Good situation. Obviously, I think we have one of the best players in the entire state in Marcus Hall. His skill set is second to none in the entire state. His work ethic matches his skill set. We have another really good senior in Connor McFarland. And then a guy coming fresh off the football field, having an outstanding year with a ton of upside is Arlen Sangster. So we have three really good seniors, coupled with a lot of good underclassmen. So we're excited about our group. Certainly we have a lot of work to do. We know that. But from last year, I'm not too concerned about last year. We're just really focused on the now and focused on anytime you're implementing a new system, there's a lot of teaching that needs to take place. And that's really what we're dialed into right now, is really teaching our system, getting our guys to understand not just what we want to do, but most importantly, why we want to do those things, and then how it'll look and what we'll get from it when we do all those things. So excited about our group, but we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, visiting with first-year boys basketball coach Oliver Drake, DC Everest Evergreens. All right, so we talked about Marcus. He was fifth in the state in scoring last year. The team was 11-13 last year, a first-round playoff exit. So coming into this year, I know you mentioned the new system, but is it a matter of, Marcus, he's just going to, go out and do his thing. He's a joy to watch, averaging 30 points a game. Does it need to be more even than that? Or should Marcus still, is he still going to lead the team in scoring, and you're going to have to incorporate some other stuff to be better or one step better than 11-13?
Yeah. Number one is Marcus is going to continue to lead us in scoring. That's not going to be any secret here. And I think Marcus is willing to do whatever it takes to have team success. So I don't think he's too concerned about his points per game. Obviously, everybody knows he can score it in about every which way. I think the biggest thing is not a scoring issue with what we do. It's got to be a defense and a rebounding issue. And that's where we really got to get dialed in. We really got to be way more consistent and play with more urgency on the defense end and from a rebounding standpoint. So offense certainly was not an issue for them in the past. I don't see that being an issue for us in the present. But what we're really addressing is the things that take no talent. And it takes no talent to get in the stands, it takes no talent to move on airtime, to have hands and feet, to do all those tough things, but it's hard. And it takes no talent to get in the mixed rebound. It takes no talent to put a body on a body, but it's hard to consistently do those things. So we're really focused on the things that you control day in and day out. And so hopefully we can, and hopefully our fans will see some progress in those areas, because that's really what separates good teams from great teams and okay teams from bad teams, is that defense and rebounding.
Let's talk about the conference you compete in, the Wisconsin Valley Conference. For decades, maybe forever, but for decades, it has been a tough, grit, hard-nosed, dive on the floor, box out, hips, butt, the whole thing. What do you know, and how do you prepare your guys to play in that style of conference?
Yeah, I love to hear that. That's what's is going to be our DNA, is going to be defense and rebounding. Watching some of the teams, from previous years, just kind of getting a little handle on it. I love the style of play. I just think it's a more blue collar, tough, hard nosed approach, like you said. And again, it's day after day, teaching it, repping it, correcting it, reteaching it, and just continually emphasizing the things that take no talent. But that doesn't mean they're easy to do, and just continuous looking to get better each day at those tasks at hand. So it's a continual process. We got, like I said, a lot of work to do to get to where we want to get to. But this group has a big upside.
Let's talk about your seniors on this year's team. You mentioned a couple already, but as a collective group, I want to talk about expectations, because during practice, as a coach, you can stop practice. You can set up scenarios. You can take the ball, but on game day, you're on the sideline, and a lot of times you prefer your seniors to be extensions of you on the basketball floor. What is your expectations of this group of seniors?
Well, you're exactly right on that. If we're going to become the kind of program that I think we can become, we got to become a players coach team. And so you've hit it right on the head. That's what we expect. We expect our guys to be an extension of us, to be constantly communicating, to be constantly holding each other accountable. And our guys have done a great job of that thus far. Obviously, we're throwing a lot at them in a short amount of time. Our three seniors, we have some good juniors, and obviously Cohen Preby, a returning all-conference guy, as a freshman, have all done a really nice job of understanding the importance of, we can be good if we're a coach's coach team. We can become great if we're a player's coach team. And so you've hit it exactly on the head. We got to become that. We only have so many timeouts. You only have so many times you can stop the game. And that's where we got to be behind the scenes during those dead balls. Our guys got to be coaching one another. And so far, they've done a really, really nice job of that.
Let's do our best here to envision maybe the first, 5 or 6 games, and we're 6-7 minutes into a particular game. People, the fans and your fan base, the boosters, the parents, the whatever, they're getting used to you and your style. Regardless of what the scoreboard says, how will those people watching your guys play know that things are going according to Coach Drake's plan in this game?
Well, I think first and foremost, they're going to see a group of guys that's working as one unit and really taking pride in all the little things. I would think people are going to see our program as a program that enjoys other people's success like it's our own, a bench that's electric, a bench that's bringing energy, a bench that's whether we're physically
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor. You know better.
All right, just about ready for the start of the second half. Get crazy low pricing on toys at Fleet Farm going on right now. Save up to 50% on all toys, including top toy brands like Barbie, Melissa and Doug, Lego, and Nerf. Get everything you need at one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Kyril Griffin and Dino Cook Jr. each with 6 for Kingdom Prep in that first half. Cohen Preby leads all scores with 11. So second half action, and we'll start with a foul. Or I'm sorry, start with a turnover. Don't have any official shooting stats here. I'll just tell you, those of you just joining us now, Everest chilly from the field in the first half. Kingdom Prep a little bit better. This ball thrown away into the backcourt and over and back. So turnovers on each side. So 28 seconds of wasted clock. And nothing else. Kingdom Prep 2 of 2 from the free throw line in that first half. Here's Hall and the alley-oop, and Hall slams it home. What a feed and a find down to Hall. Got a baseline screen and flushed it home. Marcus Hall and the Evergreens 11 of 12 from the free throw line in the first half. So when you're cold from the floor shooting, you can certainly make up for it from the free throw line. Here's Hall left alone, and left-handed layup is good. Hall was trailing, and nobody picked him up. So Coach Dino Cook Sr. is going to send a pair to the scorers table. Thanks to our friend and yours, Mark Miller, we were able to find out Wolfpack head coach Dino Cook Sr. has Dino Cook Jr. on the floor. Drive and a ball fake, but no finish for Wilder. Entry pass for Preby. Reverse layup is no good. Coach Drake tells his guys to get your hands right. Here's Cook on the three. That one off the mark. Hall with the rebound. Coach Drake calls the play. 5-point lead for the Greens. Jeff Johnson from River Falls thanking us for doing this game, probably because he thinks that we're going to have Memorial on next, and we aren't. So Preby's three is good. We have Oshkosh North and Eau Claire Memorial, but Dan and I are going to fly back home after this. We got other stuff to do. We're here for the Greens and the season opener. By the way, a quick note there. No Greens broadcast. It's Saturday. Get to Oshkosh on your own on Saturday. Timeout on the floor. We'll take that timeout as well. 35-27 Evergreens on Zaleski Sports.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Back at Oshkosh West, 35-27. Coach Cook takes the timeout as his team is yet to score here in this second half. Again, halftime score 28-27 Everest. And the Wolfpack stuck on 27 just about 3 minutes in here to the second half. Couple of missed shots, couple of turnovers, and are we counting the basket here is the question. Cook is going to go to the free throw line. Foul is called on Preby. And they're calling the basket good. Okay. We'll bring Dan into the broadcast here, but called that basket good, Dan.
Yeah, they had to in order to shoot a free throw.
Sure, there's some people at home right now that are wondering why that basket was counted. Preby across to Studeman. Contested ball picked up by McFarland. Looking to feed Hall. Now they get it in Hall. Hall beats his guy to the basket.
He's something special, isn't he?
Yeah, that was Carrington Wright that he beat to the basket. Just quickness.
Yeah, he's quick for as big as he is.
6'6". And Hall with a block. Not today.
He looks like a D1 basketball player.
Well, okay, I'm glad you brought that up, Dan. He's a University of Wisconsin Green Bay commit. Just made that commitment official 2 weeks ago. Now the dump into Hall, and they're going to get Wright on the foul, or I'm sorry, Cook on the foul. That'll be his third for Dino Cook. Your business's go-to for both public and private warehousing and product delivery. Whatever it is you're shipping, you know you can depend on Purple Mountain Solutions to get it there safely and efficiently. Check out Purple Mountain Solutions. There's Ebersold. Bounces to Studeman. Quickly now to McFarland. McFarland in the lane. Dangerous pass in the lane, and it's going to result in a turnover. Ill-advised, I suppose, more than dangerous. An ill-advised pass there through traffic.
A lot of game one jitters.
Yeah, just getting things figured out, right? Here's a three from Preby. No good. Hall able to tip it, keep it alive, and they say that falling out of bounds and touching it, Studeman was not out of bounds. And the basket is good, and one for Savion Wilder. So a couple of and ones on the last handful of possessions down here for the Wolfpack.
I think that was more questionable than the last one.
Well,
as far as counting it.
No,
it's definitely a foul.
Definitely a foul. You know, we do, every now and then, Dan, we do some D5 rural school basketball. That would never go there. It would never be a continuation and one.
No.
So lead trimmed to 4, and kick ball. Cook got his left foot in the way. Sutton Transport in Weston is your local family-owned trucking company specializing in next-day LTL delivery and national volume LTL services. Rest assured of getting your freight to its destination safely and timely. Sutton Transport in Weston, fueled by 40 years of great service with a personal touch. Thanks to Sutton Transport for helping sponsor today's broadcast as the drive by Ebersold is rejected. I believe that shot blocked by Woods. Now Buchanan 3 is long. And both teams now, Dan, having a little bit of trouble finding the bottom of the basket.
Yeah, perhaps not shooting the ball well.
Freeby's shot is short. It was a quick 9-point burst for Everest coming out of the locker room. Last 6 points scored by the Wolfpack. Here's Buchanan, long 3, count it. And timeout is going to be called. Kingdom Prep will take the timeout. They trail by 1. More basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Back to Oshkosh North. Thanks to Craig and the rest of the athletic department for getting us set up. Dan, they gave us pretty good accommodations here.
Yeah, I've never been to Oshkosh North. I like the
parquet floor.
The parquet floor, yeah. And probably one of the reasons why neither team is really shooting lights out. New gym.
Yeah.
We got a dark corner over here. People
very dark.
Exercising in the background.
Jane Fonda led cardio class going on back there. Actually, I think it's the old Abes getting ready for their game against North. Dump in from Hall to Studeman, comes up short, and last off of Studeman, it's going to be Kingdom Prep ball. Yeah, Oshkosh North, of recent times anyway, home to Tyrese Halliburton, now of the NBA. They were state champs in 2018. I was there in a sectional final, and they beat Spash. And then they beat Brook East in the state championship game, a week later.
So we haven't talked about Everest a whole lot, and what we maybe might see from them this year, or even the Valley Conference. They should be pretty good.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people, including me, and I think including you, kind of a 2-horse race projected in the Valley, Marshfield and Everest. DC Everest, an under 500 squad last year. They were 14-15 overall. That doesn't sound right either. That's too many games. But they were under 500 either way. Floater comes up short. Ball, I think, went off of somebody's shoulder, stays alive. Here's Buchanan 3. No good. Good run to the glass there by Wright, but not able to finish. Here's Hall with it. Hall is going to be pushed from behind by Wilder, his first. Team foul number 2 on the Wolfpack.
Yeah, even if Hall's not getting blocks, and still just a huge force out there, having guys in the paint having to shoot way over him.
Well, yeah, you're going to guard him, but often you're going to send 2 at him, and that just leaves the rest of that floor open. A drive there by Hall. He's going to earn 2 more free throws. Again, he was 8 for 8 from the line in the first half. Got a pair coming up here.
I saw him play a game last year, maybe a game the year before, so this is the first time he's a big guy. It looks like he's filling out.
Yeah, I'm sure UWGB's got him on a plan, right? So, or at least for his scholarship, a recommended exercise program.
Recommended.
Yeah. Recommended as in you better do this, and you must submit a picture of your completed worksheet every week to us. Here's the second free throw, and Hall stays perfect. No announcers drinks here. He's now 10 for 10. He's got 18 on the game. 3-point lead for the Greens. Just under 12 minutes left here in the game. Fast-moving contest. It was only a 30-minute first half, 30-minute real-time first half. Dump into Cook. Cook gets doubled. Kick back out to Wilder. Back to Cook they go. Cook works on Hall. Another perimeter pass. Pretty good defensive set this trip down for the Greens. Here's Griffin. He gets cut off. Skip pass back to Wilder. Long possession here for the Wolfpack.
Shot clock expired about 10 seconds
Oh,
ago.
gosh, it did. Yep. Really good defensive effort here for the Greens. Can they make it pay off as Cook bangs in on Hall?
That's
up and under is no good. It was a good move, but just no finish, Dan. Skip pass all the way down to Sangster. Sangster gets rejected by Griffin, but able to keep the ball alive. Now down to Hall. Hall goes to work down low. 2 more free throws coming up for Marcus Hall as Griffin will get tagged with his third.
Yeah, now it's looking like a first game of the year.
Yeah, a little bit wild, a little bit sloppy. Find your next career path with just a phone call to Express Employment Professionals with locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. No matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself some time and find your next employer at expresspros.com. 19 for Hall, looking for 20 on the next free throw. Hall was just 4 field goals tonight. All the rest from the free throw line, there's 20. 1 on the alley-oop dunk. Another layup mixed in there.
Everest is back to this full court pressure. It was worked very well for him in the first half.
Wolfpack works through it this time, and down low with the layup is Wilder. Wilder now with 8 points. 3-point game. Studeman. Preby works on the outside, gives back to Studeman. Worked around now to Felch. Here's Soul with a look at it. Soul gets cut off on the baseline. Ball worked up top. 3 on the way from Preby is good. The third three-pointer of the game for Cohen Preby. He's got 17. Griffin, and a clear baseline drive for Kyril Griffin for his first points in the half. He's got 8 on the game.
Yeah, good finish with his left hand going baseline.
Felch dumped down.
That's a tough pass.
Very tough pass. That didn't work in the Greens' favor. Quickly now comes Prep, and the dunk is missed. Dunk attempt by Cameron Woods is no good. His mom was down here ready to get the footage. She'll have to delete that video. She was standing up. I see her. She got her phone in her hand. She's standing up and ready. And now she hits the stop button. Like, well, no good. I'm going to delete that one.
Yeah. As a coach, it's a 4-point game. That would have been a 2-point game. It just...
So layup, right? Sure points, all that kind of stuff. Preby to the free throw line. First is good.
From where I'm sitting here, I wanted to see that dunk.
Yeah,
but if you're
right.
the coach for Kingdom Prep, you want to make sure that he gets 2 points.
We're on the entertainment end of it here. We are. Now's your chance to work with a company that really understands growth, Foundation Finance. Foundation Finance Company has grown every year since they started in 2012 with great full-time and part-time positions. Put back for Hall is good. Another one up in close for Hall. Foundation Finance, start a job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group with full-time benefits that start day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com.
3 for Wilder.
Wilder from deep. So the second three-pointer of the game for Wilder. Keeps it close, keeps it within striking distance as we enter now the fourth quarter of today's game. Even though we count by halves.
Some of us do.
Well, yes. Dump into Hall. Hall up and good. And one for Marcus Hall, and now you understand, Dan, why he is my preseason Mr. Basketball favorite in this state.
That's a pretty safe bet.
I like it. I like it. Now, we can talk about this here if the game allows, but you rarely see, though, Dan, a Mr. Basketball. I'm speaking of last year's under 500 record. Those voters really like to see 18, 19, 20 wins on that team column before they'll consider a high scorer. So the team, it's a team sport, and the team would certainly help Marcus Hall to that award should it happen, but he's in position to earn it.
Yeah, and there's some geographical bias, of course.
Yeah, you're talking about Milwaukee, absolutely, or southern Wisconsin anyway. The drive there from Wilder is going to earn him a pair of free throws.
So there is some bias. There's of course, the bias of what school he's from. Everest, not really known as a basketball school, more of a football school historically, I would say. The Valley Conference, obviously we've had some terrific SPASH teams.
Yeah, many state championships and the like. Marshfield, though, on the come up. Everest on the come up. We'll see if anybody else in the Valley wants to make any noise. The officials are telling the guys warming up behind us, no basketball bouncing. You can warm up all you want, but you can't bounce the ball.
Maybe not during the free throw.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so the free throw is good. So referee quiets the basketball warm-ups by Eau Claire Memorial. I believe that's who that is back there.
The Old Abe's. Why don't you tell us about what you guys have in store for the Old Abe's?
Oh, man, do I have some things as the dump into Hall. I think it was last off his fingertips. They're going to keep it, though, with the greens. First, back to Hall. I'm just going to finish that up here. So, yes, I know there is a southern bias to that award, and you can go through the history and see Mr. Basketball, except for some recent Mr. Basketballs from Stevens Point area, senior high. Most is in the south. That shot blocked. Blocked by Wright. Back comes Wright. Scoop. Layup. Good. So I'm going to do everything I can, Dan, up here to promote Marcus Hall. That's my mission this basketball season. And I'm not doing it empty. I mean, this is a high-quality basketball player that I think, because of the biases you mentioned, and they're legit, I believe he needs our lift. So we're going to give it to him. Finger roll, no good by McFarland. Hall, rebound, and one. Marcus Hall. There you go.
Yeah,
gets it done.
He's 6'6", but he plays bigger than that.
Well, in that time, you saw just the grittiness, the toughness of Marcus Hall. I mean, he's a complete basketball player. We'll tell you about Eau Claire Memorial after the break. We've got a timeout on the floor. Everest leads by 5 on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
So as Dan said, I do have some news about Eau Claire Memorial. I'll give that to you right after I tell you about Elite Auto Care. Elite Auto Care is where Schofield, West, and Owasso turn for local, family-owned auto service you can trust. For all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles, look to Elite Auto Care on Schofield Avenue in Schofield, of course. So last year, people had a great time watching our weekly series, All Access. And last year, All Access featured the boys and girls basketball teams from Columbus Catholic. And the All Access show, Dan, is just that. We go to practice with the team. We're in the locker room during the game, pregame, halftime, postgame, some other special features. It's an in-depth look, 20, 30-minute show each week, and an in-depth All Access look at a basketball program. And this year, so filming day starts on Monday. It is Eau Claire Memorial boys and girls basketball being featured on our All Access program as Hall misses his first free throw of the game. But, really looking forward to that. We're going to film on Monday, and then we're following up with a live broadcast Tuesday. It's DC Everest at Eau Claire Memorial. So, Jeff Johnson, rest assured, you'll get to see the Abes and the Greens live on Zaleski Sports on Tuesday, all part of our all access all season long with Eau Claire Memorial boys and girls basketball.
Memorial boys will be very good this year, and the girls aren't that bad either.
Well, you happen to be there with our, what we'll call our pre-production meeting with the basketball coaches, and then happened to run into Abe's boys basketball coach here prior to this game, and he was as surprised as I was to see him. I forgot the Abes were even playing here. Honestly, Dan, I didn't forget. I didn't look at the other because I know, again, we're not coming back tomorrow. It's Saturday, so if you're a Greens fan or a basketball fan, Saturday, just get to the gym on your own. I'm not gonna be there to be your escape plan. You got to come down here. It's a really nice gym, so come on down and watch basketball tomorrow. And of course, we got the Cranberry Classic, the 38th annual Cranberry Classic in Wisconsin Rapids going on now. 2 boys games now on Zaleski Sports, and then 4 varsity games tomorrow as Hall, Dan, another and one. He is starting to fill it up.
What does he have, 26, 25?
Well, hang on here. I'm not as good as math as you are. How about 29? Looking for 30. Greens have 54, Dan. He's got 29.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of that this year.
Hall and has missed now 2 straight free throws. Offensive rebound for Studeman. Greens will stay on this side with a 7-point lead, under 7 left. Entry pass to Hall is poked away, and he gets doubled in the corner, and Coach Drake is going to call the timeout, and we will step aside. DC Everest 54, Kingdom Prep 47 on Zaleski Sports.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
Little runaway. Tom Petty. All right. Let's see here. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. 7-point lead, 6:18 left to play. Coach Drake calls that timeout as our Mr. Basketball candidate, Marcus Hall, is doubled in the corner. Good use of a timeout. Here's Felch. Felch now brings it back up top, gives off there to McFarland. McFarland waves Felch off and hands off to Studeman. A look inside, Felch to Hall, wasn't there. He was guarded well by Wright, denied the entry pass. Here's McFarland now, drive in the lane, stop, and Wilder's momentum took him off of McFarland. He hits his first basket of the second half. He's got 4.
Biggest lead of the game for the Evergreens.
It is the biggest lead of the game at 9. They had previously led by as many as 6. Shot short by Griffin. Rebound hauled down by Studeman. Here come the Greens. McFarland looks into Hall. Hall on the low block. Wright pushes him out, and the pass thrown to the scorer's table. Auto Select, located on Schofield Avenue in Weston, has been providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. With a 3-year nationwide warranty and free roadside assistance at Auto Select, you are good to go. That's Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. Cook now. Cook inside the 3-point line. That was an air ball. And it'll be watched out of bounds by Preby. Turnover by the Wolfpack. So again, we're off the air. Have no fret. I'm not sure if we can look here eventually, but right now it's Columbus Catholic and Port Edwards playing, and then the nightcap in Wisconsin Rapids, Nakusa and the host school and the home school, Assumption Royals. So you get more basketball after this, as the entry pass to Hall is too deep and out of bounds. So we'll have 5 broadcasts today, another 4 tomorrow. This coming off a Wednesday broadcast, Dan. It was Wautoma and Wapaka at the Fiserv girls basketball on Wednesday afternoon. So Steve and Mike got to go down to the Fiserv and check out high school basketball. We'll be back there in January for Assumption boys basketball, as the drive to the rack by Wilder is good. As I sit here, I cannot remember for the life of me who Assumption plays, but be back soon. Here's Hall. Reverse layup on the entry is good.
Nakusa.
Is it Nakusa? All right, so you get the non-conference game.
We did that game last
but
year.
But they played Nakusa tonight, too. I'm talking about it at the Fiserv. They played, Assumption plays
Port Edwards.
Port at the Fiserv Forum. Thank you. Okay.
Like, we did the Nakusa Assumption game last year. It was
great.
It
was one of the best I've ever done. From an entertainment standpoint, it was by far the best basketball game I'd ever seen. But yet, at the same time, it was one of the greatest. What a feed from Hall to the cutting McFarland. So rack up an assist for Marcus Hall. At least one. I've got unofficial stats here. It's an 11-point lead. Dan Green's pulling away here late. Here's Cook stopped in the lane. And a reach in. That's going to go on McFarland. His third. Team foul number 4. Kingdom Prep with 8 fouls in this half. Go ahead.
We are having a media poll that's going to be published maybe Sunday night.
It will be Sunday, yep.
Right. And we have 2 teams right at the top, and one of those teams, they're both playing right now, actually.
All right.
In Newman and Columbus.
Tease.
Yep. And Newman leads Pines by 5 at the half. Northern Pines.
On the up and coming, right?
Projected to go to state this year.
Oh, well, then they're really up and coming. Yep. Hall snatches the rebound. Get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. Here's Hall, low block, directing traffic. Works on right, turn and spin for Hall. Unstoppable Marcus Hall in the second half.
Too good.
Drive, right back though, comes Wilder. Stop ball, Dan Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that is told in every huddle.
It's easy to say.
Yeah.
Easy to say.
That's
all alone with Studeman.
Yeah.
So trading baskets for the Wolfpack, not going to get the job done with just over 2.5 left. They will need a series of defensive stops and probably can't afford long possessions or empty possessions, being down by 13.
I'm sure we're going to see Marcus Hall throughout the season.
We are going to see a lot of these evergreens this year. You bet.
Yep.
You bet.
It'll be really interesting on how Marcus plays at the next level, right? Because he's not going to be a post player.
No.
No, he's going to be a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, I would say a 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting season to watch. By the way, shout out to Chris Conley, our normal voice of Evergreens Athletics. Gave Chris the night off. Get a
Thanks, Chris.
Extra helping of turkey for Chris, probably, or something. Stuffing.
He has a soothing, calm voice.
Oh, man. I really have high respect for Chris Conley. A little known fact is Felch misses the pass. Chris, he went to Syracuse University his college days. And in his graduating class, Ian Eagle and Mike Tirico.
That's crazy.
Tirico was on last night's Vikings Patriots tilt in his graduating class. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say.
Pretty good. Defense left McFarland, and he's left all alone. 8 for Connor McFarland.
This is going to be a pretty good win for the Evergreens. Kingdom Prep wasn't fantastic last year, but again, they play an independent schedule.
Yep.
A lot of showcase games like this. It's a good win.
Wilder left to the layup on his own. Big thanks to our game day sponsors, Era Pancakes, Merrill Iron and Steel, Jamie Schley, American Family. Make sure to stay tuned to our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Coming up at the conclusion of this one, we'll go down and talk to Oliver Drake. We'll also talk to our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Cohen Preby. Surprised, I think you are.
I think we're going to get Hall at some point this year.
There is no doubt about it. Preby had a very nice first half. He led all scorers at the halftime break. As timeout here, Coach Drake's going to get some of his bench players in. We'll keep it here as we've got a couple other thanks to give, including Nicolay Bank. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best with locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. And thanks to Stone Innovations and Whitetail Properties for helping to support tonight's broadcast as well. So all reserves in, so we get to tally some numbers here. And it's going to take me a while in the abacus to get Hall's numbers, but I'll do that now as Dan watches action on the floor. So 33 tonight for Marcus Hall. Off to a good start. And like Dan said, off to a start. He averaged over 30 a game last year, and off to that same start here this year. As game one in the books for Oliver Drake and his DC Everest Evergreens, a 66-55 win over Kingdom Prep and the Wolfpack. We'll hear now from Nasonville Dairy, and when we come back, I will be on the floor with Coach Oliver Drake and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House Player of the Game, Cohen Preby, right after this on Zaleski Sports. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
All right, here in our Nasonville Dairy post-game show, Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily, NasonvilleDairy.com. We'll start with Coach Oliver Drake. Coach, first game, first win. Tell us about how practice mentality turned into game reality here today for you.
Yeah, well, you could see it took us a little bit of time to get settled in from how we want to play standpoint. I thought our guys did a really nice job in the second half of really playing Everest basketball, and that's to get ball reversals, be patient, share the ball offensively, and then really dig in defensively. You know, they were a team that took a lot of time off the clock possession-wise, so we tried to speed a little bit of tempo up. But I thought overall our guys for the first game with a new system, a new set of expectations, new standards, just really proud of our guys getting the result. And in a grinder game, certainly wasn't the prettiest of games, but you got to be able to win them in all styles, and I thought our guys did a nice job of finding a way.
First half shooting was chilly, if not cold, but fortunately your guys were 11 of 12 from the free throw line in the first half. What'd you tell them in the second half about just kind of getting that out of their memories and just forget about that, or did you even talk about that at all?
We didn't talk about shooting percentage per se because they're all really good shooters. They've put in a lot of work. What we talked about is how are we getting our shots? Are we getting the ball reversed? Are we playing inside out? And we, made one little minor adjustment, just getting our big boy in the post there, and he's pretty darn good, and he's really unselfish down there as well, and our whole team is. And so, you got to play inside-out basketball when jumpers aren't falling. You can't continue to try to heat up from outside in. You got to play inside out. And I thought tonight our guys did a nice job of understanding flow of the game and in the second half and getting the ball inside and playing inside-out basketball.
Marcus and Cohen, they combined for 51. That was obviously the majority of your scoring. Just tell us about their efforts here tonight and how that will play out as the season progresses.
Well, they're both special dudes. I got one sitting next to me. He's a sophomore, but he acts like he's a sophomore or junior in college with his mentality. And Marcus, I just think skill set-wise, inside out, perimeter, I just think they're hard-pressed to find another guy in the state. And obviously I'm biased with both these guys, but I love them, love coaching them, and we're really excited to start this journey and start it learning from a win. Kind of an ugly win, but we'll learn from it.
Yeah, lastly, it's tough, especially in an opener to, did film from last year even matter for the team you're playing, that kind of stuff? Kingdom Prep, they had some athletic ability, especially in the first half. They had outside range. How will a game like this set you up going forward?
Well, I think what it does is tells our guys at all times we got to focus on what we control. So a game like this where you got no recent film, you got to really focus in on the things that you can do and the things that you can do really well that take no talent. And I thought in the second half especially we did those things for a more consistent time frame, and I thought that paid off. So the focus always has to be on us. Obviously now we'll get to live scout our next two opponents as we play Oshkosh North tomorrow night and Eau Claire Memorial on Tuesday. So certainly we'll be, from a scouting report standpoint, we'll be a little more dialed in there, but it always comes down to what we do and what we can control.
Coach Oliver Drake, 1-0 season opener. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll have you guys switch spots here. Talk to our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Cohen Preby, as the music turns on, right? You heard me talk to Coach. You and Marcus combined for 51 tonight. Marcus has maybe been looking for some help in the scoring column. What kind of help can you bring to this year's team?
I really try to at least try to help others get open looks and be able to move around to create more open looks for Marcus, and so we can get more open. And I think that's really important for our team that we share the ball. And I think scoring will come with sharing the ball, and I think that's what's going to help.
Throughout your 18, a couple of threes. Talk about outside shooting and why that's important, especially, you're trying to get the ball inside, but you need to kind of break the defense loose sometimes with the outside shooting.
Yeah, exactly. I think the outside shot's really good because if Marcus scoring down low, we can pass it out and they won't be as hard on us. So if we can knock it down, that'll really help our team a lot.
Free throw shooting was pretty good today. Take a look at, you were 3 for 4. Marcus was 20 for 22, something like that. Yeah. But free throw shooting is important, right? Get to the rim, get the action, get to the free throw line. Tell us about the emphasis on that game.
Yeah, we're really trying to get to the rim, and even getting the other team in foul trouble can be big. If we can get their best player in foul trouble, that can be huge for us. And really, if we just knock them down, it's 3 points. So that's really important for us.
Now that Coach is out of here, we can talk about him a little bit. What's that been like? You haven't had years of play here at Everest, but first-year head coach. How important was it to help Coach Drake get his first win here tonight?
I think it will give all of us more confidence, and I think just even like you said, it wasn't the greatest win, but it's still a win. So it's going to learn from it, and I think everyone again will get more confidence and be able to do a lot better.
In February, nobody's going to ask you the score of this game. I promise you that. All right. Have you seen our stuff before? We're going to do a little highlight house thing. We'll do that. All right. So this time we'll look right in the camera there. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1. I'm going to move out of the way, though. All right. This is just about you. So I'll count you down 3, 2, 1. You look right in the camera. I'm Cohen Preby, and I'm in the house. Okay. All right. Easy enough. Okay. Oh, I got to get way out of the way. I'm a big dude. All right. Here we go.
I'm Cohen Preby, and I'm in the house.
Nice job, buddy. Nice
Appreciate
job.
it.
All right.
Thank you
All right.
very
We'll
much.
see you on Tuesday. All right. Here, Dan, you can have that. Why not? Do a little post-game wrap-up here. I didn't count any of the... Yeah, go ahead. Wheel it around here. What the heck? Hey, everybody. Visiting adults. That's us. As both the guys said, not pretty, not beautiful, There is no additional scoring column, Dan Ross, for beautiful or pretty. A win is a win, right?
A win is a win.
Yeah.
1-0. What better start?
Yeah, so good start. Coach Oliver Drake gets his first win of the year. I get my first basketball broadcast of the year. Dan and I were talking on the way in. It was Pulaski in a sectional final back in early March. So I had to knock a little rust off in that first half, but I think we got in a pretty good rhythm up here as well. Again, leave us now. I'm going to be done talking anyway. Leave us now. We've got maybe a boys game in progress now. If not, we'll have the nightcap at ZaleskiSports.com, and that is Assumption and Nakusa. Josh Pultz, coach of the Assumption Royals in his second year, and he's talking big talk on the season here. I'll just say that. I won't tell you anything else because some of those conversations are private. But, basketball. It's a Thanksgiving surplus of basketball here on Zaleski Sports. So we've got Assumption taking on Nakusa coming up in probably a half hour, 45 minutes. You might even be able to catch the end of Columbus and Port Edwards on Zaleski Sports Now. And then we've got 4 games tomorrow to wrap up the 38th annual Cranberry Classic. And to start it off, it's Merrill and Leona Wabino, girls basketball at 11:30. Then the championship game, and that's Assumption and Columbus Catholic at around 1:30. And then the winners, or the losers of the boys' games today, 6:30, and then the championship game tomorrow at 8:30. I'll be on the boys' calls tomorrow night, and we will see you then. Have a great night, everybody, and thanks for watching. So what we'll do here.